Yo, what's good? It's Hustle Power Man. Today I got a different video for y'all. This is going to be my first review video. I'm going to be reviewing the Bighorn. I'm going to go over it. I'm going to go over the stats. I'm going to compare it to other guns like the Eagle Bear, the M1A since it has a semi-automatic fire mode. And I'm also going to compare it to other basic ARs. And at the end of the video, I'm going to let y'all know whether it's worth it or not. So as y'all know, basically it's 3 legendary missions you can get the Bighorn from. So real quick, I'm gonna show y'all those missions. You got Roosevelt Island, you can do that on legendary. We got Capitol Building, you can do that on legendary, and District and Union Arena, and you can get the Bighorn from any one of these. It's no certain ones. At the end game boss, you might be able to get it, you might not. Takes a while to do it. Some people get lucky, some people don't. So real quick, let's go over the Bighorn. Alright, I got this Bighorn on a maxed out build. It's got 110k total damage, 14 assault rifle damage, 21 health damage, and 10% critical hit damage. And the talents on it is Big Game Hunter. When scope switches to semi-automatic fire mode, dealing 450% weapon damage. And let's go over the mods real quick. We got 10% accuracy, 10% stability, and we got fire selected scope. The scope enables single precision shots on distant targets. And we got a 7% headshot mod. So already this gun is at, it's already at a loss. There's no crit chance, there's no crit damage mods, there's none of that, man. So real quick, I'm gonna test out this gun and let y'all see. So this is a named enemy right here. We're gonna test it out. Alright, that started at low armor, so this is a full armor one right here. And the Bighorn cannot drop this named enemy with one clip. This is a legendary gun. It should be able to drop a named enemy with one clip. The legendary is some of the hardest content in the game. And to get this gun and just, not be able to play with it on heroic mode because you're already at a loss. This is the semi-automatic firing mode right here. This mode is somewhat worth it, but it has a slow firing. It's not as rapid as the M1A, and then it also has a little bounce to it. And you see how it just keeps bouncing up, bouncing up, bouncing up. That makes it hard to fire. And if you were on legendary trying to use this gun, you will already get beamed by an enemy before you can even try to scope in and try to scope them and take them out. Real quickly, I want to focus on the crit numbers of the semi-automatic mode. So right now the crits are hitting for 3.2 million, but it also has that bounce with it, which knocks your aim off a little bit. Well, real quickly, I'm gonna swap into my Famas so y'all can see what that does, since I already have it on this build. The Famas takes down the target, but the Bighorn cannot take it down. That's how you know you need a buff. When basic guns are outdoing that gun, it needs a buff. This gun isn't viable in heroic content or legendary. I mean, sure, you can get away with it on challenging and all that, of course. But real quick, I'm going to swap into the M1A build. So real quickly, this M1A is hitting for 4.5 million. It's on a fully maxed out rifle build. It has max stability and decent rate of fire that's way faster than the Bighorn. So already the Bighorn is at a loss. You're not going to choose the Bighorn over the M1A in a legendary or heroic mission. It's just going to slow you down. So real quick, I'm going to swap into the Eagle Bear and let y'all see what that does as well. So constant headshots. I missed a few shots right there early, but you still have 15, 16 bullets left to spare with this target. So already, and the Eagle Bird comes with 15 critical hit damage and 10 critical hit chance. So you're already at a loss with the Bighorn. So the Bighorn needs a buff, man. It needs to be that gun it was supposed to be, man. The Bighorn is locked beside some of the hardest content right now, and the Bighorn just needs to be viable in heroic missions. It needs to be viable in legendaries because it's a legendary gun. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a while. Legendary missions aren't easy to do for some people. You know what I'm saying? So they'll be farming that mission, and you know it's probably people who did 20 legendaries and still haven't got the Bighorn to drop. You know, and when it finally drops for them, it needs to be worth it. So, real quick, I'm just gonna leave y'all some thoughts on how I think the Bighorn could be improved. So, first off, it needs a 60 mag. It needs a 60 mag off top. Like, that will automatically solve some of the problems and let it be useful in any content. Just adding another 30% ammo to it. Another suggestion is me taking the semi-automatic mode, keeping the 450% damage, and keeping it automatic. That would absolutely destroy making the gun the best gun in the game. That would make it the best gun in the game off top. Turning the semi-automatic mode to automatic and keeping the 450% damage. That would make it the best gun in the game, hands down. And then if they didn't want to add the extra bullets, they wouldn't have to because it would be too OP. And then, in order to stop the gun from jumping up, you would have to focus on weapon handling, making weapon handling more useful on the stats. So that will work even better too. And this isn't a suggestion. This is a must give. Like, the gun has to work with focus. Like, that's probably a bug right now or something they didn't think about when they built the gun, but you are scoped in, so it needs to work with focus. That's a given. Like, the Bighorn doesn't work with focus. That's like what we're scoped in though, you know. I tested it out just to see, cause you know, you're trying to maximize your damage on this gun because it's a legendary gun and you're not getting, you know, it's things are not adding up when you finally get the gun. So it's like I'm trying to maximize the damage on it to get the gun to its full potential. So real quickly, I'm gonna leave y'all with the verdict of this gun. Is the gun viable? Currently, no, this gun is not viable on heroic or legendary content. You absolutely get shredded on legendary if you try to use this gun, and you will just hold your team back. It's sad to say, but hopefully they buff the gun sometime soon, hopefully with TU10, because it needs it, and it'll absolutely make it worth it for everybody, you know, that's absolutely going for this gun and are collectionists like me and try to get everything in the game. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, man. I appreciate y'all for stopping by.